development lag. Suppose this is the pace of development, and pace of society is always right. Pace of development. There will always be lag. It is a situation when you are developing, then. And suppose you are not developing, then some projects can be here also, isn't it? Yes. अभी भी ये स्टार्ट ही हो रहा है. So case study will tell, right? So basically it started in 95, or exact date I will tell you, 95 something, 98 I guess, right? और अभी भी ये just start होने वाला है, It is getting to, right, getting ready to get ready. This. So there can be some projects you can find, let's say this. Basically, Navi Mumbai airport was to reduce the, let's say, load on Mumbai airport. And it was conceived during 1998, means 1998, if we take. और अभी भी start होने वाला है. So, let's say T3 terminal, it has gone a bit ahead, isn't it? As you can say. But overall, if you see the overall infrastructure quality. So, overall infrastructure quality, if you talk, so negative side if you talk like this, that is how the challenge. Even if we have lots of expressways, highways, superways, whatever name you can take, metros, still let's say that you do not have hassle-free, let's say that, environment. It's your house to destination, so source to destination is not hassle-free. Right? Rather it is tensed. Right? So you are tensed, let's say that. On the way there would be tension. So that is what not hassle-free. Then another flaw is we have highways. So you can have airports, highways. Yes, we have done the progress. We recognize also. But लोग जाकर के यहीं पे रुकेंगे तो नहीं ना, घर तो यहाँ पे है नहीं. Right. So basically when you go highways, ऐसा थोड़ी कि वहीं पे get down and then standing. Right. You have to go to your house. No. और फिर वहाँ से जो हाईवे से हाउस का जो रास्ता होता है, isn't it? तो नानी याद आ जाती है, isn't it? Sorry to say that. Language. नॉर्थ इंडिया के लैंग्वेज है सब. साउथ इंडिया में पता नहीं क्या कहते हैं. Right. Right. So then you regret why I came this. Right. So once, let's say last year it happened in my district, the main district city, because of traffic I had to wait for 1.5 and 2 hours. This Delhi में भी इतना wait नहीं किया होगा. This district no need to know. Anyhow, so basically let's say that traffic, then we have developed a kind of fear, let's say that. So whenever now I go to that, let's say, although I rarely go, but whenever I go I have in mind that traffic experience. And वो traffic ऐसा होता है कि वो clear नहीं होता है. This is how it is. Delhi में traffic होगा तो you have hope कि it would get cleared by traffic police, it will come, right? So that is what you find, let's say. So when you travel by Delhi to that place and then from there to house, So it's not so backward area, but at the same time the problem has been that state highways, state roadways, state highways, state infrastructure. The state infrastructure should also improve. This connectivity that we say, if you talk about infrastructure, so there should be connectivity. And if it does not improve, so even if you have improved these things, but still it will not result into decentralization. Basically, infrastructure development will happen to minimize this migrations. You have lots of migration from, let's say, to countryside to big city areas. Then cities are overburdened. So that is what one problem we find, state connectivities. Other things are, let's say, not related to infrastructure, but they are related to governance, which often I say sarcastically. So governance, let's say that countryside, etc., there is no security for your belongings, isn't it? So that is another important problem. So there is no certainty your belonging will reach to your house. Anyhow, so that way we can, if you take, even you want to promote tourism, how will promote tourism? You need infrastructure. Infrastructure, isn't it? Lots of tourism have opportunity we have in Uttar Pradesh. But then problem is of infrastructure, poor infrastructure. So state level, let's say that transportation, that can be one considered, pace of this development. Plus problems will be related to, as we told about, process. For process of PPP, types of PPP, its monitoring, its evaluation. So there are several problems. One major problem, another major problem in our country is we do not have even a policy on PPP. We have biggest PPP sector, but we do not have a policy at all. Right. Forget about law. Once attempt was made by Planning Commission to make a PPP policy. That we have given in your printed note. If you see PPP policy, so it was draft PPP policy. But when the present government came, Niti Aayog was set up, replacing Planning Commission. So they have given lots of reports. The Niti Aayog has given lots of report on, let's say, the reports on PPP. But we have not yet adopted any policy. This. Then another factor is called, since PPP takes time to develop, 10 years, 15 years, policy continuity. So there is uncertainty about the policy continuity, that when we have adopted a policy today, whether it will continue tomorrow. And when there is change in any policy, then it brings changes in PPP process mechanism. Then private sector feels discouraged by this. So that is another, that's why there should be a policy. Policy will give you continuity. Policy will give you predictability if you talk in classical theory language. So there should be greater predictability, then so that the private sector should come, invest. Then next is called it is about review of PPP, then rewriting PPP, then the risk factor involved, whether they should share risk factor, they should not share risk factor, review of PPP, when there is review, so review means increase in cost overrun, there will be cost overrun, and when cost overrun, so many a time it becomes more than 100%, the cost overrun. So project delay result into cost overrun. When there is a cost overrun, so who will share? Who will share that cost overrun? Government will share. That problem we have. Then there is called two phenomenon. One is called hold up phenomenon. And second is called that information asymmetry.